So today we're working on a John Deere Gator CX. It is a 2004, and we're going to replace the secondary clutch, which I'll show you here in a second. Here are the parts I got. Actually, this is the original equipment manufacturer, made in USA, Comet. They're the ones who make the primary and secondary clutches for John Deere Gators, I don't know, up to about 2009 or so. So I got a whole brand new clutch. It was about a little over $300, which is about a third of the cost of what John Deere wants. And the old clutch, I'll show you what's wrong with it in a minute, but we have a new spring, a new piece that goes on the top here, and we also have some new buttons. And again, these parts, they'll sell you gladly, made in USA, so you can rebuild your own if you want. And in fact, we're gonna probably do a video on rebuilding the clutch. If it goes well, I'll show you how that works. And as a little bonus, we also have a new primary clutch coming, but this is a sort of a refresh kit. You can see that there's rollers and some other things. So we'll probably do that in a future video as well. As far as what you're gonna need, at least on this CX, pretty simple. Just a 2-foot ratchet handle, which is about 600 millimeters, a 15 millimeter socket, which is what the size here is for mine. It may be different for yours. I'm going to use an old drive belt, and the thing that makes it really easy is just a little chunk of wood. It'll help us get it loose and get it tight. So let's open her up and get in. Okay, now that we got the bed up, I forgot, you are going to need a 10 millimeter socket and ratchet. So I like this little Koken because it's kind of got a little wobble to it. But anyway, for this guy, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's get these undone. Okay, we got that access panel off. I also have to take this plastic panel off, which is not very hard. So now we can see that we've got our primary or drive clutch, which is attached to the engine. We'll do a future video on replacing that. And then back here, we have our secondary clutch or driven clutch, and this is a new belt. So we got to get this new belt off. I'm going to put on my old belt. I'll show you that in a second. So the easiest way to get the belt off is have the Gator in neutral, have the emergency brake on, and have the tires chocked. And you can actually just turn it just like that, and boom, that comes off. And it's a little bit of a trick to get it past this guy. It's usually not too bad. Okay, now that we got this belt off, let's put on the old belt. Now, using an old belt is completely optional. You can use your new belt, but I just figure because I'm going to be jamming a wood block in here, really I don't want to put too much excess wear on my new belt. So let's get this. Okay, now same idea here. Work it on. Okay, now we've got our old belt on. On this model, there's just one bolt here, and I believe it's a 15 millimeter. So let's get our wood block and our long ratchet handle and break that free. So if you're loosening, which means the belt's gonna wanna go this way on the top, the bottom is gonna pull it in. So what you do is just put your belt or your block in right about there, and let's get our ratchet handle and see what happens. Okay, I've got this installed. Let's see what it takes to Yep, came loose. Okay, I think I can get it off by hand now. Okay, put that aside and let's get the new one installed. Okay, I've removed the old belt and the block, and let's see if this thing just comes out. Yes, it does. Let me show you what's wrong with this. You see those grooves that have been worn in? At some point, someone lost the clutch buttons, and it was just metal on metal, and it just, look at that, it just ground a huge groove in there, and you can see the buttons are kind of, at least the forward buttons are hanging on for dear life. So like I said, future video, we'll try to rebuild this clutch. But for now, let's get the new one in and see how she goes. Now I've went ahead and put a little bit of anti-seize on that. Don't know if that's recommended or not. Let's get the new one in. Okay, new one's in. Let's get the old belt and a block in so we can tighten it. In this case, I looked up the specs. It's 51 foot-pounds, or I think 70 Newton meters. You know, check your service manual to see what it is for your particular model. But yeah, let's get the new bolt in. Okay, got the old belt back on. I have a block of wood. I got the bolt started. Now this time we're gonna put the block of wood on the top because we're turning in the opposite direction. And I have my torque wrench set for 50, 51, technically. Okay, I feel good about that. Yeah. All right. So let's get all the covers put back on and take it for a rip. And don't worry, I got the new belt back on. It's okay. Yeah, she drives good. If you like this video, you know how the algorithm works, and hopefully I have some more videos up soon on primary drive, clutch, rebuilding both primary and secondary, and maybe other things Gator. Remember, you can get these at a lot cheaper direct from Comet. I'll go ahead and put a link to their website and contact info and all that in the description. I hope to see you again very, very soon.